anything, guys. I just want to keep some text over there. You see here, you created a new position now. Okay, this is how you are going to create a new position. And if you go to your company info, you should be able to, you will not be able to find this position because it is not yet approved, guys. So you have to find out like who are the approvers in the talent group, and then once they approve it, right? Yes, you will be able to see that particular position. Let me 1 second, guys. Let me go ahead and approve that. Then I'll show you how it comes here.
So Raghu, creation of every position has to be approved.
Yes, if you have an associated rule behind that, right? Yes, you have to approve that, guys. Mandatory. It's a mandatory. Once you assign a workflow, yes, you have to do that. You can see here, this is the workflow groups, guys, and I'm not sure who are the people available here. Alex Jensi. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. Let me proxy into one of those users, guys, who are there in the approval group. Talent approvers, and click on this Alex Anderson. Okay, this is the guy, and this is the guy, right? And if you go to his where is the place? Okay, to go to his employee files, and there should be an option to see his approval list, guys. Manage time of notes, person, pending requests. Yeah, you can see here, guys, you will be able to find all the pending approvals, whether you have raised the request or someone else is asking your approval because of a workflow trigger. You'll be able to find all those notifications under the approval my employee files, basically under their profile. And if you go to their profile, you can see there is an option called as a pending request. You can turn it on or off using the configure employee files, which we have seen in the introduction to master, guys, but I'll show you it again. But you can turn it off or on all these views, whatever you are seeing here, guys. I'll show you that. If you go to this pending request, you should be able to see you can see here the create March position is the one that we just created, guys, and the same approval is waiting in all the approvers in the group that we have used during the workflow trigger, guys. And if you click on this, you can see here, you will be able to see the complete position, and you will be able to see the complete participants who are participating in this particular workflow. And if you want to post any comment, yes, you can post that, or if you want to approve it or decline it, yes, you can do either of those things, guys. Just let me approve it, guys. Okay, see, now it has been removed from his approval, waiting for his approval. Okay, so once that is done, your position should be available for you to go ahead and utilize in your organization, or assign some employees or the incumbents to that particular position. Yes, you will be able to do all those things. Go to your company info and go to your position. Here, if you search for your position, you can see, guys, position March is now available to you. So usually that is how it is going to work, guys. Yes, definitely in most of the organizations they will ask you to keep workflows behind your objects. Okay.
So Raghu, any one of them can approve it?
In that group, right? Yes, we have seen, right, in the talent approvals, there are 25 people. Yes, any one of them can approve it.
And Raghu, one more question, like if you want to create position in mass fashion, how we can do it?
In a mass fashion, yes, I'll show you how to. I'll talk about this data imports and exports in a separate session, guys. Yes, it is there in my schedule. I'll talk about all those things. Yes, all these objects like your company or your position, anything, guys. In order to upload it or import it, yes, you have the option. Can import it or export it using the CSV files, guys.
Raghu, like position, do you have a job management also as a separate option, or is all together is a one object considered?
No, it is only one object, Ray.
Okay, even org unit, like they all together, org unit goes in a different place, but the all position management will take care of most of these connecting objects.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And we started with one requirement, guys, where we want to generate the position ID automatically by the system. And yes, before that, I want to show you how your position is built up and how to create your positions. And now you are familiar, right? You can, by default, the SuccessFactors doesn't support you to auto-generate the position IDs. And user can go ahead with his own ID, whatever it may be. Yes, that is the one it is going to carry forward. But I have a requirement where I want to generate the position ID, say specific pattern like POS underscore, and then I have to start with like 10,001, 10,002, POS underscore 10,000, POS underscore 10,002, like that. That is the number range that I want to, or the sequence that I want to keep for the new positions that I'm going to create in the system. If that is my requirement, so I have to do a couple of things, guys. So the first thing is going to be, let me write down all the steps. So you are generating the position ID. So system is going to generate the position ID and user should not edit that particular thing, right? The first thing is like make this position ID field as read only, guys. So that system will generate, no one will be able to edit that. And then you have to use something called as like a business rules. Not go to the business, guys. You have to define something called as a sequence object, guys. This sequence object will establish the pattern. Say I want to use the pattern like starting from 10,001 or like say 11,001 or like say 15,000, like anything, guys. So where you want to start it? So you have to establish a pattern, right? You are going to provide this sequence number in this sequence object, guys. Just listen it, guys. I'll show you practically how it works. And then you have to write the business rules on the object. And in this case, we are going to write it on the position object. And in this business rules, you are going to call or utilize your sequence object to generate the sequence number. Let's say I want to generate the sequence number like POS underscore starting from 10,001. Then in that case, I have to use the sequence object created for 10,001. And say if I want to use 11,001, I have to use the sequence object created for 11,001 number range. So these things you have to do. These three things are going to be mandatory. Without these things, you will not be able to generate the sequence number in your SuccessFactors system, guys. I hope you are able to follow that, guys. Hello?
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So if you feel any difficulty, guys, just let me know, guys. So let me go ahead and do one by one, guys. These three steps. Let me go ahead and do one by one. And the first thing going to like I'm going to make the position ID as a read-only field, and I have to do that in the object definition. And my position object is a generic object. And the place where I'm going to configure the generic objects is configure object definition. You see, this is the option that I'm going to use, configure object definitions, and the object that I'm using is the position, because your configure object definition or your metadata framework has lot of objects, guys, and one of the object is your position, right? You are trying to change the properties of your position object. I selected the position, and let me click on edit option, and the field that I am interested in is like this is the external code, guys. And if you click on these details, yes, that is when you will be able to know your position ID, and I want to make it as read only. You see here, read only. Click on done, guys, and save these changes, guys. So once you're done with making that particular field as read only, you have to maintain the sequence number, the range that you are interested at, where from you want to start it. And for that, you have to go to a admin option called as manage sequence. Manage sequence is the admin option, guys. So once you click on the manage sequence, if you select the sequence object, yes, this is the place where you are going to create. Let's say if I want to create a new sequence object called as like March underscore position. This is the name of my sequence object, and I can use the same name in the external name, guys, no problem. And I have to start here. You can see I have to start at, let's say I want to start it at 19,000, and I want to increase it by 1, and I want to just click it on save. Okay, this will start at 19,000 and it will keep on increment one by one. Each time you create a new position, it will be incremented by 1, guys. So it's a simple, guys, the sequence object you created now, and this is the name, guys. Let me remember this. And now you have to write the actual business rule, guys. Okay, in order to write your business rules, you have to go to your business, configure business. Sorry, guys, that's not the one. Configure business rules is the admin option, guys. Configure business rules. And if you want to create a new rule, click on new rule and go ahead and create a new rule. Like this is like March position sequence. Okay, and position. Just a second, guys, there might be existing rules doing similar kind of functionality. What I'm going to do, like I'm going to delete them, guys. You see here there is a similar rule, guys, which is doing a similar kind of functionality, which I don't want to use these things. Click on delete. There are a lot of those things created, guys. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this is fine, guys, no problem. I guess we are good. So let me go ahead and create a new position, guys, and I am trying to create a position called as like positions sequence underscore March. This is my rule, and I am writing this rule on a position object, and this is my object, and use some name, guys. Okay, and start date is fine, guys, you can keep any date, and I am just trying to update it on the position management, and any rule description you want to go ahead and keep it. If you are interested, go ahead and keep that, guys. Otherwise, come here, and yes, this is going to be automatically triggered whenever you are creating a new position, guys. And yes, I have to run this rule if I want to keep a condition. Let's say I want to keep a condition stating that when my position got a when my position ID, this is the field, right? When the position ID is equal to null, which means that the user has not updated anything. Anyhow, it is already read only, right? Obviously, it will be null. And when it is null, I have to then, if this condition is true, yes, my position ID is always null because I made it as read only. User is not going to populate anything over there. Okay? And then I have to come here and I have to set the position ID. That is an option. Set, and you're trying to set the position ID or the external code. The position ID equals to, and you want to update this particular thing to, there is some format number is one of the, how you can format it, like you can, if you want to concatenate two different strings, yes, you are going to format that, and you are formatting that using the text option, and once you select text, so what is the prefix that you want to give? Let's say if I want to keep a prefix of POS underscore or position underscore, and what is the number range that you want to use? My number range is going to be get next value. Okay, here it is. You see here there are a lot of options, guys. If you start using it right, you will be able to follow all those things. And yes, I want to get the next value of. The moment I selected next value of, it is throwing a sequence. You have to provide a object name, guys, and the object name that we defined is the March underscore. One second, guys, let me get the name. March underscore POS, guys. Okay, this is the object that we created to generate the I don't know why I cannot to find that. One second. Get the value of, okay, yeah, this is correct, guys. Your March position, you can see here. Let me read it, guys. So whenever you are trying to create a new position, your position ID is already read-only field, so you are not able to update any value. So when this rule is hit by the system, when this rule triggers, right, it will check the position ID. Yes, if there is a position ID, but you are creating a new one, which is obviously 100%, it is null. This condition is going to be met. This condition is true, and you can always use always true, guys. This you can see here there is a checkbox. You can use that one as well. And so once you did that, right, then you have to write your condition. Yes, set the position ID equals to format number is one of the function to concatenate you the different strings, and the strings are going to be like, the first thing is going to be position, which is a text, and the next thing is going to be like you are getting the next value from this object, the sequence object March underscore position.